Yeah, Gioffre, a Clovis, California native, one of the few, if not the only California native on the Virginia Cavalier lineup. I'm sure he's got some friends and family in attendance for this one.
One half of the Gioffre twins. Michael was originally announced in the lineup when we received him earlier in the week, but scratched due to the illness that's going around the Cavaliers lineup.
Yeah, on the flip side, Jaden Abbas, another one of those veteran guys for the Cardinal. 90-34 in his career. He's made the big dance 3 times in his career. A one-time All-American, placing 7th in 2021. Also made the blood round in last year's NCAAs, but narrowly missed the podium.
And another one of those veteran leaders to help kind of guide some of the youngsters here on the farm. And one of the guys that really, I think, if you want to look up to somebody, Logan, you want to look up to what Abbas has done in his career.
Yeah, and as you and I talked about, being an All-American, making that podium, he has the results come March for a guy like Tyler Knox or Lorenzo Norman.
Abbas, a 2021 All-American here at Stanford, just the second freshman All-American in program history.
And Abbas had that first attack, palm on the shoelaces of Gioffre. But Gioffre, the junior, able to kick away. Gioffre, a 2-year starter for the Cavaliers, up from 141 a season ago. Unfortunately, he was on the wrong side of an upset bout against NC State last weekend.
Again, the only Cavalier to win against the Wolfpack was Cedeno, who, of course, got the win against Miranda here in our last bout.
Yeah, and briefly touching on him for Cedeno, a good win for him to keep it rolling. Just started his season, but remains 7-0.
And for Miranda, his 4th loss of the season, all 4 to ranked wrestlers. Abbas, 90 career wins on the farm, 16-4 this year.
And Abbas with another attack, but an aggressive sprawl from Gioffre to get away from that one. We remain scoreless, 30 ticks remaining in the first frame.
Abbas from San Diego, Rancho Bernardo High School. Coming in with a lot of momentum, 14-1 over his last 15, but this is the first time we've seen him in 2025.
And Jaden, a good job defending that Gioffre attack. He reattacks, gets the takedown of his own. Late in the period, those late takedowns are huge. He's going to ride out. It's 3-0 after 1.
Right before the buzzer, and a big momentum shift as we get you ready for the second period.
Abbas electing to go down to start the second.
Just 2 more to go after this 149 and the 157s, and then the 165 will wrap us up here on this Sunday afternoon at Maples.
Good mat return from Gioffre there. But Abbas sitting out. Now he's fighting that hand. Once you get hand control, makes it a lot easier to get up, and that's exactly what he does. He posts that hand of Gioffre and squares up and gets away 4-0. That's exactly how you draw it up, Brian.
Stanford closing in on its first ACC dual victory. We talked with Coach Ayers on Friday, and he said, when he took this job, he had no idea where Stanford was going to end up. At that point, there was really no future home locked up yet for Stanford after the Pac-12 had began to fall apart. But he said he's thrilled to be in the ACC, says it's the second best conference, of course, behind the Big Ten for wrestling. But and he sees that the conference is continuing to grow and thinks that Stanford can certainly add a lot to it.
Yeah, and Another nice reattack from Abbas as he gets his 3.
And rolling around in some discomfort is Gioffre.
And while the medical staff tends to him, we'll go back to our previous conversation about the ACC conference. Like we talked about with Coach Ayers, an impressive conference, some talented squads. You think of the NC States, you think of the Virginia Techs. And like Coach Ayers mentioned, just due to the sheer lack of volume of programs in NCAA wrestling, they were traveling east anyways. As we take a look at Abbas's first takedown on that reattack, and again, you see Gioffre shooting, but Abbas kicking away, his foot's no longer there. He's able to get that reattack. And there's the second one, which unfortunately led to the stoppage.
But it looks like Gioffre is going to give it a go. And he will, in fact, do it. So good to see that he's all right.
And some concessions with Coach Garland before we get back underway. Due to the injury time, Abbas gets his choice. He's going to go down.
There's 30 seconds left in the second. Out of it is Abbas. And he's got 8 on the board.
And what I really want to see from Abbas here is now we're into bonus point territory, but what can we do in the third period? Turn that energy up instead of shutting it down. Perhaps start looking towards the tech fall.
Keep getting this crowd here inside Maples Pavilion into it as they get their first look at ACC wrestling here on the farm. Stanford will have 2 more home duels in conference play. Virginia Tech and North Carolina will be coming to town next month.
Yeah, and Virginia Tech, I'm really excited for that one. Like you and I talked about, they're one of those storied programs in the conference. A real good measuring stick duel for the Cardinal.
Reversal and 2 for Gioffre.
And Gioffre real close to getting swipes. Kind of an awkward position for Abbas there with his legs kind of crossed up.
Coach Garland telling Gioffre, take your time with this.
And Coach Garland well out of the corner. He's almost halfway to us on this side of the broadcast.
Making sure he gets his message across.
Oh, yeah. You want to make sure your guy can hear you, especially big opportunity for Gioffre in this match.
Logan, how hard is it to try and hear what your coach is saying while also focusing on the task at hand?
Yeah, a lot of these guys, you know, when coaches are kind of chiming in their ear, it's stuff that they already know. So in action, you know, they may not hear you, but they're not missing much anyways.
2 on a reversal for Abbas. Here comes the count. Can he get there? Abbas is close. He's not going to get it, but he's got 4.
Gioffre, a good job fighting off of his back. He looked dead to rights there for a second. But a huge move for Abbas. The lead now 14-2.
And all that in a 6-point swing that's going to give Stanford an extra team point. It's blown dead with 4 seconds to go.
Yeah, Abbas hanging out on that ankle. Draws the stall warning after the 5 count. But with a 12-point advantage, it's a moot point at this stage in the match.
just putting the finishing touches on an impressive third period and a major decision victory, 14-2 for the sixth-year senior.
Yeah. Again, here is the escape by Abbas, kicking away. You see the Gioffre reversal at the beginning of the period, and a key point in this match, as you would think, to kind of save the major decision, but the reversal and back points for Abbas, he gets his hand raised, and Stanford's lead continues to